What's up? Hey, what's good? What's poppin'? I am MsBerry. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you guys for sliding through and coming to kick it with me. As you guys can see from the title, I am taking a dive right back up into Candace. I know a lot of you guys don't like it. You know, I understand that everybody has their own separate opinions when it comes to Candace Owens. You know, I see a lot of negative, I see a lot of positive. It's just really 50-50. But at the end of the day, at the end of this all, this is my journey. So I'm, you know, trying to form my own opinion here. And I'll be the one to choose, you know, what I agree more with and what I disagree more with. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys' thoughts, at least those that come, you know, at me respectfully. It's been a lot of negative comments in this political world. But hey, ain't no feelings here, straight business. So I'm done talking. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and play this video.
But I believe the legacy and the ancestry of Black Americans is being insulted every single day. I will not pretend to be a victim in this country, and I know that that makes many people on the left uncomfortable.
Yes. And Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee were extremely uncomfortable as Candace Owens just slashed at the narratives of the people like Nadler and Ted Lieu. In fact, when C-SPAN tweeted out the video of the confrontation with Lieu, it racked up 4.47 million views in less than 24 hours. It's a Twitter record for that network. Joining me now in her first interview since the explosive hearing is Candace Owens herself. She's the comms director for Turning Point USA, and Leo Terrell, civil rights attorney. We have both sides represented here tonight. Candace, why do you think that your moment, and I watched it from beginning to end, has drawn such attention, and what has been the reaction to you personally since?
Well, I think it drew attention for a lot of reasons. I think in many ways people on the right felt vindicated. And I know that there were a lot of moderate people that came over and realized that what I was talking about were actually real issues in Black America. I touched upon the illiteracy rates. 75% of Black boys in California not being able to read is a problem in Black America. White nationalism, when Black-on-Black crime, 90.1% of all homicides against Black Americans are performed by other Black Americans. The entire hearing, in my opinion, was a hoax. The continued hoax on Black America, which comes to us from Democrats who want us ultimately to fail by focusing on something that is not harming us when you look at all of the other issues that we are facing.
Now, Leo, you watched, I'm sure, at least part of what Candace said yesterday. Your reaction?
Well, I just see right now Candace Owens is getting 15 minutes of fame, and just give me 30 seconds to prove my point. She just, again, assumed that all Democrats are hoping that Black people fail. On her interview with C-SPAN, she says that the word nationalism has been compromised or poisoned by elitists. Tell that to the people in Charlottesville. She then tried to put herself in the same category of Donald Trump, talking about the false narrative. But the part that was so insulting, when she's promoting her employer and said that she went to Jerusalem and not a single Democrat went there. Ms. Owens, let me tell you, 72% of Jewish Americans voted for Democrats. So you did a great job of promoting yourself and playing the victim. And by the way, it's not just Black people who were not stupid by what you said. Americans were not stupid, because I listened to everything you just said. And I hope you can challenge what I said about the number of Blacks, number of Jews who support Democrats. But you did a good job of marketing yourself today, putting yourself in the same boat as the president. Good job, Candace.
All right. So the personal attack, I just want to, for the record, I just want
he told her something, but at the same time, I can most definitely see, you know, where he's coming from and what he's saying, because, you know, not everybody is the same. You know, there's this narrative that this and that, but, you know, I know that everybody is not the same. I don't even believe that, you know, everybody that's in office is just horrible people or this or that. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying you guys believe that as well. I'm just saying that, you know, like, I see his point of view and where his frustration could stem from. You know, with Candace, I've been hearing about, you know, the Democrats don't want, you know, us Black people to succeed, you know, want us to be dependent on the government, you know, welfare, food stamps, and just different things like that. This is, it's real tricky. Let's keep listening.
Personal attacks continue. That, Leah, was you're attacking her character. She's mentioning issues. You're attacking her character and what she said.
Laura,
you're not attacking
that. You're not a leader,
Laura,
in my opinion.
Laura, don't talk over the
let me speak. Let me speak. That wasn't ad hominem attack, and it's childish, and I'm not going to play these playground tactics with you. I'm going to keep the focus on Black America and the things that are actually impacting us. This is an adult conversation that needs to be had. Okay, the shootings in
basically, she said, cut the, and let's get straight down to business. Like, yeah, he was coming at her like, da, 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 you know. Candace has a way with words, too. But, I mean, I wouldn't say you could tell he was very mad. When Candace be talking, for the most part, she be having the same, like, expressions. It's hard to tell when for me, it's hard to tell when she's just being sarcastic or when she's being dead serious sometimes. But, you know, it's all a part of debates.
Chicago. It was Laura Ingraham who hosted and had a real conversation with people that were living in that neighborhood about things that are affecting them. And ultimately, this is why the Blexit movement grows. This is why blacks are exiting the Democrat Party, because ad hominem attacks are not making people feel better about themselves. Yeah. Ad hominem attacks are not going to impact our financial situation in Black America. It's unfortunate because you consider yourself a civil rights leader. You're just attacking me. You're just attacking me. You haven't
Laura
actually offered anything that's constructive for Black America.
All right, Leo,
does anyone, Laura, does anyone watching your program honestly believe what she just said? I'll give you a straight. She said Democratic Party want Black people to fail. See, those are talking points, Ms. Owens, because you know deep down inside, just because you disagree with the Democrats, you cannot assume that Democrats want Black people to fail. That's what you just said on national TV.
I did, and I believe that, and I will back that up with facts.
Well, okay,
I will back it up with facts. I will back it up with facts.
You
know that's not true.
I want to play something
Laura, you know that's
that was
not true.
said today. I
will back it up with facts.
I think a lot of Democrat leaders are freaking out and tried to kill her yesterday at that hearing.
They're afraid.
Because they don't want what she is saying to take hold in other parts of the Black community. Leo, I
think it's a little too late for that.
I know Candace. And what was said about her implied by Ted Lieu was disgusting. I do, and that's why I want to have a conversation about these underlying issues. That's why we went to Chicago to do that forum. That's why we want to hear from the neighbors that are hurting in Englewood, in the Englewood neighborhood. They're hurting. They're really hurting, and they're not hurting mostly because of white nationalism. That's always going to be a problem, but that's not really why they're hurting.
Here's my request. Here's my request, Laura. I would like to go to Chicago with you and debate Ms. Owens on that issue. I would love to go.
Why do we need to debate? Why don't you want to hear? Why do you want to debate?
Because I want to hear the discussion.
Why don't you want to go to hear about other people? You want to debate. That's like, why do you want to hear from the people that are
the most diverse party? The most diverse party in the Democratic Party.
Hold on.
Let me speak. I have not said. Hold on. Let me speak. I have not said a single thing attacking your character because I don't need to. I am confident in my ideas. I am confident in the fact that Black America is waking up and realizing that we have been missing out. I am confident that the biggest issue facing our community is father absence, which further deconstructs everything that is happening. Stop cutting me off. I didn't cut you off, okay?
You have attacked
It's like he's talking. He's not listening right now. It's like he's doing more talking. He's talking at her and not listening to her because he don't really care. He don't really want to hear what she has to say. Like, just be truthfully honest. He don't want to hear what she has to say because how he feels is how he feels. And, you know, I just think that this conversation probably would have went better if he wasn't yelling. You know, like, I understand he might be frustrated because there were things said that he just absolutely disagree with by Candace. So I definitely understand that. At the same time, it's just, I just think that this conversation could have been had more calmly, and maybe they could have addressed things in a better way, if that makes sense. Like, he's just talking.
You have attacked every Democrat. You have attacked every Democratic member of this country.
Democrat policies are hurting Black America.
She has attacked every Democrat. Every Democrat. She has basically said that every Democrat, the most diverse party of minorities, of people of color, she has just said on national TV over and over again that the Democrats want Black people to fail. Ms. Owens, that's not the person. Those are your words. That's not true.
That is
not true.
Leo,
that's a fact, not an attack.
I would actually take what Leo said with a greater sense of belief and credibility. Had Leo, you said something similar every time a Nita Lowey or a Elijah Cummings just imparts the worst motives on people who disagree with them on policy. and it happens far too often. So the worst motives ever come on the other side. Are you a white person? Then you have too much white privilege. Then you need to sit down and let someone else's truth be heard. I think, Leo, you got your truth out. You got your truth out. Candace got her truth out. And I think we do want to have problem solving done on both sides. We want problem solving on the show. And that means we have different points of view heard. And Leo, you can come to Chicago. Candace, we actually could roll up our sleeves and get something done, I think, if the three of us actually wanted to do that. So, guys, thank you so much. Candace, great to have you on. Leo, great to have you on.
All right, y'all. I couldn't press cancel fast enough. All right, y'all. So we're going to end that video right there like that. That was definitely pretty interesting. Like I said, I can understand his frustration. You know, when you hear something that you just totally disagree with, you know, like, of course you're gonna debate back and forth about it. You're gonna stand on how you feel. You're gonna stand on what you truly believe in. You know, like, that's just with anybody. At least I would hope. But overall, I just think that the conversation, like I was also saying, it could have went a different way if, you know, they could have just talked to each other in a more calm manner. It just wasn't rah, 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 rah. And it was just like, at this point, I think that he probably just went in there with a set mind, like, oh yeah, I'm about to just go off on her, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, Candace knew that saying certain things will have a reaction to, you know, certain people. And that's just what it is. Everybody is not going to think the same. Everybody thinks differently when it comes to certain stuff. And, you know, we're not going to fight them for it, but a fact is a fact. If you're able to pull it up and show me, or I'm able to pull it up myself and I can see this, or I can read about it, or whatever the case may be, get it from the roots or whatever, you know, like, then that's just more believable. Like, I'm going where the facts at. I'm not necessarily just going where there's just false lies. So, I mean, I will hope that's with anybody. Be more of a leader and not a follower type of thing. But, you know, definitely got to educate ourselves out here, guys, because there's so much information that I've missed over the years that I'm just now catching up on. It's so much that you guys already know and that you be filling me in on the comments about, because I don't know, you know, like, I didn't know this or I didn't know that. So I appreciate that very much. You guys helped me out a lot, actually. Anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction video just as much as I enjoyed reacting to it. Y'all comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I know a lot of you guys don't like Candace. You know, I'm not gonna debate with you about this or that. I haven't said, oh, I'm a huge fan of Candace, or oh, I just totally dislike Candace. I'm just in the middle with it, you know, y'all. So I was about to say y'all, but I feel like I have to sneeze and it won't come out. Don't y'all know they say, like, if you look at a light or look at the sun or whatever, like, it'll bring the sneeze out so you can sneeze, but I don't know how accurate that is. Anyway, y'all, don't forget to also thumbs up this video, like it up. And if you are new and you are not a subscriber to my channel, then before you go, it costs nothing, like, you know, maybe like 1 or 2 seconds of your time to just hit that red subscribe button and ring that bell, so when I drop a new video, you will know. You won't miss it and you'll be right here. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys for coming through and just coming to kick it with me and just hear me ramble with my thoughts. Like, it's a lot to process, you know, it's a lot to process sometimes, and I just don't be wanting to say the wrong thing. So until next time, y'all.